to run ads against that stuff or whatever you want to talk about, throw the questions in here. I think we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now, so I can get comments from any of those platforms. So if I'm ever looking down, that's what I'm trying to look at. I have some other questions we could go over, some other topics, if you will, if we don't get anything, but please spend this time and ask any questions. If it goes over well, I'll do this multiple times. I'll try to make it a thing where consistently we go live and answer questions. This is kind of free advice on the data we get every day here at High-Speed. So we make hundreds of posts a week. We run thousands of dollars in ad spend a week, and we have lots of data, lots of information we've gathered, lots of things we do to help companies out. And although you might not be able to afford our services, I want to come on here and help those that are trying to do it on their own, maybe help speed things up, and then maybe one day you do want us to help you. So I just know live streaming, there could be some gold in this if people come in and ask questions. So please do. If you're jumping in here, I'm actually going to go to my phone real quick, jump on, find the live stream, listen to it, make sure the audio sounds pretty decent. We're using our new Hollyland little lapel mics. And I'm going to share this over to my personal page to get a little extra reach. Based on the audio, sounds pretty decent. So I'm going to go there, go over and share it. Make sure you are leveraging your personal Facebook page. Though you might have 100 friends or 1,000 friends on it, make sure you're sharing whatever you're doing on your business page over to your personal, so it just gets that little bit of extra reach. Personal pages have a great reach. That's your core audience. It's probably the closest people to you, and then they support you and they share it, and then you get more views from it. So make sure you're doing as much of that as possible. So ask me some questions. About social media. Actually, I'm going to back that up. I always like doing the little alert. And we'll say, I'm live. Live. There we go. Cool. Got a whole 3 people on Facebook. Not sure what Instagram or Twitch is, or Facebook, Twitch and YouTube. I should probably jump over, make sure we're live on there. Then we can always strip this and make more content. So, hey, that looks like me. It's really weird. We're using a YOLO box to stream to multiple platforms, so you don't have to pay for like a multi-streaming platform. So it's kind of a hack. The weird thing is the thumbnail doesn't transfer to YouTube for some reason, so it chose a weird one with my mouth open. So, all right, let's see. All right, so again, if you guys are watching, make sure you're asking any questions. I'm just going to start off, use some AI here to throw me some social media questions, and I'll look through these and figure out some of these that we typically have that clients bring up. So, what social media platform is best for my business? All of them. They're all important for your business. They all help. Distribution of content is so important, and people do not realize how important it is. So many times we will put a piece of content, the exact same piece of content, the exact same hashtags, the exact same picture, video, whatever, on 3 different platforms. And you might get 30 views, 3,000 views, and 3 million views. And then the next week, you do the exact same thing on a different platform, and bam, it's 3 million views, 30 views, 3,000 views. You just don't know what's going to hit on what platform. Obviously, you can get better at guessing that. But I mean, we've been doing this enough that I can tell you it's pretty hard to predict what platform is going to take off with what piece of content. Now, once you get something to take off, that platform does better in making more of your content take off. And that's why posting consistently is so important, and feeding the platforms, because once you start doing well on the platforms, it feeds you more. So if they saw you got a 100,000 view video, the chances of the next video or one of the next 3 videos doing well again is higher, because it's going to go recommend that new piece of content to some of those other people, even if they don't follow you. So it's going to test it against the people that did interact with you. So it kind of starts with your core audience, your core following. If it does well, it expands to a little bit broader audience and people that may have interacted or seen 1 or 2 of your videos or whatever, and then goes out to people that are friends with or people that look like the people that are interacting and watching your videos. And then that's kind of how the algorithm brings you new followers and new viewers and all those types of things. So we'll go for another one. I need to go to all so I can get all comments. Yes, we do. We're just learning and playing with their the YOLO box and everything. It makes it super easy, and it's pretty cool to be able to, you know, live stream to multiple platforms. We use the same thing now when we're live streaming our gaming and everything else as well. So how do I grow my followers organically? Put out as much content as you possibly can and try different types of content like I'm trying right now. I'm trying a live stream on 3 different platforms to see what we get, how many views we get, if we get anybody to come in here and interact and ask questions. Obviously, the more consistent I am at doing this, the better it gets. If I do this once and never do it again, probably not going to do very good. If I do this 365 times in the next year, it's going to do way better than if I did it once, because, you know, consistency and people start to realize, hey, James is live on Mondays, or he's live every day for an hour. I'm going to jump in there and we're going to talk about stuff. I love talking about business. I don't even care if it's social media based. I like talking about business ideas, different things that we're into, ways to collect data and use that data to maybe monetize, make money off of, get the word out about something else that you're working on or doing, any of those types of things. So what new things should businesses try with their brand? I would say that they should try any of the new features that are in platforms and different types of content. So putting out different things and maybe you're not so used to. A lot of things, like a lot of people think they got to be very on brand and on topic, and you don't have to be. People want to follow you for you within your brand, have that personal brand within it. If you're a business that doesn't have somebody that is the face of the business, it gets a lot harder. But you should definitely try putting somebody as the face of the brand, getting out in front of it. Try the things that you've never tried. So new things though, man, they just should, if whatever's new to you, right? If social media is new to you, try it. If running Google Ads is new to you, try it. If going out and networking at events is new to you, go try it. If trade shows are new to you, go try it. Go to events, go create content while you're there, go meet as many people as you can. I'm a more introverted, although I love doing online stuff, like walking up and like cold walking up to somebody and be like, hey, I'm James and this is what I do. I usually don't do that. April's a lot better at that, so she usually goes and leads into conversations and stuff for us when we're out. I love creating content, so I'm more than happy to jump onto a live stream, and if nobody shows up, cool. People show up, great. So let's see. How do social media algorithms work? We don't know. We have an idea. We have data. We've posted a lot, and we kind of know what they do. But tomorrow it could totally change, or there's a new feature, and you throw all that out the window, right? A couple years ago, Facebook acts completely different to what it acts like today, with the, how TikTok's changed that in, interest graph and what you like, because you'll probably be scrolling through your Facebook feed nowadays and see stuff that from people you don't follow, nobody you know, and it's so random and different, right? But that's because now they're trying to show you stuff that more of what you like more than what you follow. So you might have followed something 10 years ago that you have zero interest in anymore, but you're interacting with new things. And then Facebook wants to show you those new things because it thinks that's what you're going to like and watch. And the whole goal is to keep your attention for as long as possible so they can deliver you another ad, which then brings up, if you're scrolling and looking at all these ads and you're a business owner and you see your competitors' ads while you're looking at similar stuff because you're into similar things, are you running ads? Are you running ads against the audience? Are you promoting your stuff? Are you putting a little bit of budget behind what you think is important to put in front of more people? I can literally get done with this live stream, take this video, run an ad against it, and then hope more people come back next week to watch this thing. But if I don't love it, or I'm not as worried about running ads against this, maybe I won't. So those are some different insights into things we think about. But man, the algorithm, you'll never know it. You never hack it. If you did, if you totally figured it out forever, but it's almost impossible. You'd be at the tippy top of all of it and nobody'd be able to touch you because you're hacking the algorithm more or less before it changes, and it's impossible. Because tomorrow Facebook could want you to just go live. And reels are out, live streaming's in, like look at Whatnot and paid shopping and all that stuff that's coming around. That is such an interesting thing. It's like QVC, but everybody can have their own QVC show. And it's live based, it's buying in real time, yet it's tied to a Shopify store, or not a Shopify, but like an e-com store. And those types of things are really, really interesting. That is changing. And we literally were having a conversation during lunch and looking at it and saying, does everything start at a minimum of $1 on there? Is there minimum pricing? Is there like a reserve? Is it just to buy it now? So what businesses, because in the future, we're probably going to be helping businesses set up live stream shopping or their Whatnot accounts, or helping them manage it or create content for it. So you just never know. Let's see. I'm going to find another question. Actually, I posted on my story. I'm going to see if there's anything in there. I just did it right before I went live, so might not have a ton of people on there yet. Let's see. Not yet. I think everybody's still working. Usually live streaming does better after about 6 o'clock here in Colorado, and we hardly go live on this channel or on our pages, so we should probably do that more. I honestly think about just going live all day long and just letting the camera sit there, and if anybody pops in and asks anything, then answer it. Obviously, the views or the concurrent viewers will do terrible, but just having, in a sense, instant access to somebody or questions or conversation would be really cool. I think it'd be awesome if there was more business owners that were just live, that you could like go on and ask them plumbing questions, or hey, the heater went out in my house, or how do you fix this on a car? And they literally could walk out and show you that. Obviously, a lot of people are busy, but in the access of it, if you kind of explain that to them or could diagnose it over a live stream, maybe they'd turn around and bring you their car if you're an automotive shop or whatever it is. How can I leverage AI for social media marketing? AI is a massive topic. So many people are talking about it, and it's like, oh, just make an AI and it'll do your social media for you. AI is going to do everything. I literally, there's like a joke of, is AI just going to literally be interacting with your post? So it's AI making posts, and then AI is scrolling and interacting and engaging with your posts. Then what are you out doing? Now we're all back outside hanging out while AI just runs around on the internet talking to itself and engaging and making content, right? So I think that's why video will change that by a bunch, because it's going to be hard to go live as an AI. Not that it's not going to happen at some point, but this breaks down what is real, what isn't real to another level more than just content. So as far as AI though, in social media marketing, certain clients struggle to make content. So we will use AI to help them create background images or different things that help their brand, because they're not able to make as much content as they need to support as much posting as they want. And then, using it to correct yourself or be a firewall, grammar, spelling, stuff like that really helps. If you're kind of stuck on how you want to talk about something, you can ask it a certain prompt, kick it back out, gives you a good idea. And for this live stream, because I knew it was the first one, we probably weren't going to have a ton of people. I was like, hey, give me some questions and some topics to talk about. So it gives me, I don't know, it looks like 7 to 10 word questions. And then I just elaborate on those topics. Some are decent, some aren't. And I think that's where AI's at, is if you just let AI do it, you can tell. Like, it gets super repetitive. It kind of just keeps repeating itself. It falls into a little hole. You got to almost go push it out of there if you don't want it. So I think using it as a support or like an assistant, but as far as AI doing the work for you, not in social media land, not in organic. I don't know. The only like viral content I've seen that I know has been made by AI is like when the first pictures were coming out and they were real enough, they looked real enough that you could almost be real, but you knew it wasn't. Like, one that sticks with me is this, it's like Mountain Dew made in the mountains. And it's like these people that is like, there's this flow of Mountain Dew, and it's almost like coming out of like kind of a waterfall thing or whatever. And it had, thousands and thousands of shares and probably millions of impressions or whatever. So, but it wasn't real, but like, it's almost like, oh, that's crazy. But now with all those fake images, now it's starting to become more consistently that you see that, you start spotting it, it's not real. Not as many people are wowed by it or share it, but there's still so much in that creative space that you could probably come up with some stuff and it gets shared a bunch. What are your thoughts on buying followers / engagement? Super, super interesting. Today, actually, I saw a guy's account, and I'm going to make a reel about this. I'm going to green screen it, put it up behind me, and so you guys will see that coming out soon. The guy's account got shut down, and it literally says something to the effect of, I wonder if I saved it, if I can show you guys. No, it's on my computer. So, actually, let me pull it up real quick. I will tell you guys what it says. This is a Instagram screenshot, and it says, your account was compromised. It looks like you shared your password with a service to help you get more likes or followers, which goes against our community standards, and you can click that button. Change your password to continue using Instagram. If you share your new password with one of these services, you may get blocked from following, liking, or commenting. So if you're using a spam type service to promote growing your account non-organically, Instagram may block your account. So therefore you become like a spam account. So if you were paying an account to build your account like spam, you then become spam. So super interesting. I'm curious what this is going to turn out to be like, because there's probably some big creators in the world that are doing things like this. I mean, you can see it, right? Like, oh, 600,000 followers, and you get 23 likes on your last post. It's pretty easy to see, but you're curious if some of those will start going away. For instance, CES, when we went there, we went as media, and we needed so much video views on our page. So we promoted it, we pushed a lot more content towards it, we posted multiple times a day, and we got to the threshold. So now people are not looking at just how many subscribers you have, but how many views you have in the last X amount of days. Now you can buy views and all that stuff, but you can still kind of see through it, or you can see where the comments come through, or what the comments are like, and if they're actually engaged, or if there's thoughtful comments or not. So it's really interesting. And from scrolling by, you're like, holy cow, that thing had 3,000 likes. And then you go look at it and you're like, it's not real. It's pretty fake, and it's been, fluffed. So super interesting. I thought that was, super interesting and great for us, because then because people will come to us every once in a while, oh, we'll buy followers or this or that, or we'll have people come in and they're like, oh, we have this many followers. And they're like, why doesn't your page have good engagement, or where's your community at, or what's going on? Because if you've actually put in the work, oh, you've posted 4 times on Instagram and you got 16,000 followers, or what are you hiding? What did you archive? Where did all the posts go? So there's always some questions there as to how legit all that stuff is. And obviously Instagram saying, nah, we're not just going to have you guys go buy fake followers and all that type of stuff. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But now, on the other side of that, there is ways to grow your following legitimately, and that's by running real ads to promote your content. So I'm not saying I'm going to give you $100 and you're going to give me 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to run $100 to promote my video, to put it in front of people targeted that I think will like it. Now, if I get 4 subscribers from it, 400 subscribers from it, 4,000 subscribers from it, I paid to promote the video. They still made the decision to click it. They still made the decision to watch it. And then they still made the decision to subscribe to the channel or follow the page, whatever it is. You are then marketing and just helping promote your content out. It's fast tracking it. If you have a budget, you can fast track awareness and putting your content in front of people. If you don't, just create more content. And then at some point, if you think you got something really good and it does pretty well, you maybe take and run that against an ad that helps you grow your following. And then you build a community faster. There's people that will build a great following on one channel and they'll go over to another platform. Sometimes it just crushes them. Or sometimes they got to promote it. So people know who they are. They're just new to the platform. So they post those same videos, run some ads against it, and it gets, oh, wow, that XYZ person or company now has a page on TikTok or on YouTube or whatever. So you can kind of promote that and push that out there to more people quicker by running legitimate ads. Facebook, you can build ads, you can boost a post, do a little bit more research into actually running an ad against that thing and doing a targeted audience. The platforms love to spend your money. So if you let them just spend it, it will spend it. But if you tell it, no, I only want you to spend it to these people because I think those are the people that are most likely to enjoy what I'm going to put in front of them, then you're better. But their data collection is pretty amazing, and it will go off of kind of like who your followers are and stuff like that. Now, if you're a company and you're local, make sure you're not running that to the entire world, unless you're just trying to grow a worldwide brand or awareness in the world. That's fine. Maybe you sell stuff online, you can ship it, all that stuff. But if you're on a limited budget, make sure it's actually getting seen by the people that matter. Your local community, a 1 mile radius around your business, whatever you're trying to do. Make sure you're spending that money decently. Tyler, what's up, man? Hope the insurance business is good. If you guys have some cool stuff or business stuff or investment stuff or anything you need insured, make sure you talk to Tyler. He's there in the comments on Facebook. Yeah, he's the guy. So get your quote, go to his website, go follow his social medias. Some people in here may be helping him with it. I'll show you guys the pull up his page. And if you guys need insurance, go hit him up. This is the page and the logo you're looking for. So if you need a quote, go follow that page. Go click the links. But yeah, so we're just talking about some social media stuff. Let me see if I can pull up another topic here to talk about. Is influencer marketing a good idea for the small business? It's an amazing idea if you have the budget and you have the right influencers to work with. It's like bang for the buck. Some influencers will want $20,000 to talk about you. Some influencers will talk about you for a free cheeseburger. The person that will do it for a free cheeseburger might be better than the person that wants $20,000. So you just got to research. You got to know them. I'd say have a relationship with those influencers. Understand who they are, what they're about. If their content and brand identity aligns with your business, then absolutely try to use some influencers. We were literally just in a conversation the other day, 2 days ago, with a company, and I was like, it's a really good idea if we can build it into the marketing budget where you give a company like ours, say, give us 5 free cheeseburgers a month, and we can give it to influencers. We can expect 0 from them, but when we send it to them, we'll say, hey, here's a free cheeseburger, use XYZ code or whatever, show us this message when you come in. You'll get a free cheeseburger. All we ask is that you post about us on social media and shout us out. And some will, some won't. Some will use it, some won't use it. And then, but what's it cost a business to give out a free cheeseburger? If they love it, they're probably going to come back and keep buying or bringing their friends with them. They're going to get a free one. They'll bring their friends with them. It costs you nothing. You got free awareness and branding out of it. But who in the company is going to spend enough time to scroll Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever and find people that are local that might be micro-influencers that would come in, or send out 100 DMs to try to give out, 5 free cheeseburgers over, that many months or whatever, 10 cheeseburgers a month, and just try to flood it. But absolutely try to use influencers literally in the business. I'm wanting to do more business-based podcasts. So I'm like, how could we amplify that once we kick that off? I need to be on other people's podcasts, but also, can we do reads? Like, even within our business, could we have a business-based podcast do reads? Hey everyone, welcome back to XYZ Podcast. The host, whatever, intros, and today's episode's brought to you by High Speed Media. They do social media management, digital marketing, yada, 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 content creation. So if you're needing help with that with your business, hit them up. And then they go into their show. That's influencer marketing. That's podcast marketing. If they got an audience, depends on the size. Obviously, those are a little harder to know what their viewership is. So doing some research or talking to them, maybe they got a deck, maybe they'll show you how many listeners they get on average a month and all that type of stuff. So, and then, but yeah, definitely try influencer stuff in micro ways. Don't go spend your yearly budget on marketing. If you got a $50,000 a year budget, do not go to an influencer. I mean, it could be the best decision ever. It's like super red or black on roulette, right? Here's 50 grand. They could push 1 million plus people to you. Your business explodes overnight. It could be the greatest decision ever. It could also not do anything that you want, and you wasted your entire yearly budget on that. So I would say 80-20 rule. Use 80% of your budget towards stuff that 20% on new stuff. So take 20% of your budget, go try influencer marketing. Bam. Same with ads. Bam. take 20% of your budget, go try ads. And then if that becomes good and reliable to you, that becomes part of the 80, and then you take a new 20 and you go roll it into something else. Let's see. How do I track and measure success on social media? There's 4 million ways to track success and ROI because it's different for everybody. Nike's not, Nike is running digital ads, I'm sure using a pixel to retarget and get you to come back, and direct sales. But then they also spend, like Red Bull spends the most ridiculous amount of money on crazy viral videos that has zero to do with buying a Red Bull. So it has zero to do with it. But theirs is in brand awareness and being the most well-known, and then their F1 team and all that stuff. It's literally just brand recognition. Like Red Bull's done an amazing job of, it's, their Nike swoosh. It didn't mean anything, and then they were everywhere, and they had the cars driving around, and now they're all over social, and they're doing crazy influencer deals with creating content. So that's like influencer and content that's super cool and interesting, and they're just crushing it. Are they worried about, like, at the end of the year, they go, okay, cool, we sold 4%. We spent $20 million in doing all this crazy content, and we sold 4% more Red Bulls. Well, was that because we came out with some new cool, flavors, or was it because we're more brand recognized, or because an influencer jumped off of a skyrise and landed in the water, or whatever, and then that video got 20 million views, and then more people want to drink Red Bull because they think the brand's cool and it gives you wings, right? And then on the other side of it, you can absolutely track success and measure, results from social media with a pixel. Facebook has a pixel. You run an ad, they click on it, they go to your website, you put the pixel on your website, it tracks them all the way through. It says if they viewed the page, if they put it in the cart, if they purchased. Okay, and then Facebook goes, okay, so it costs us $56 and they purchased this item. Well, that item's $274. You take your cost, subtract it out of that, subtract the marketing cost out of that, and as long as you're not negative, it made money. The craziest part is what we just saw with like TikTok Shop. They will literally waste money. They will subsidize money to get you to get a better deal, to put your credit card information in, to use this new way of buying stuff. And that's exactly what TikTok did with TikTok Shop. We tested it here at High Speed. We literally put our own products on there, and we were able to buy our own products for cheaper than buying it from ourselves, or like buying it how we could just get it, because TikTok literally subsidized that amount to get for your first purchase, 60% off, whatever, put your stuff in, buy it. It's wild. So there are companies out there that will literally burn money and waste money to get you to purchase something, so then they can make money on maybe your second, third, fourth, or fifth purchase, not the first one. They're literally willing to waste money on the first purchase. Obviously, a lot of businesses can't do that, but if you have a high ticket enough item or a high enough returning rate of customer, you could actually lose money the first time to build it. So that's how you scale that. It's how fast are you willing to break even? Are you willing to actually lose money? Or how much do you have to make? And the more aggressive you can be on that direction is how fast you can aggressively grow. But then using things like the Meta Pixel, Snapchat Pixel, Google Pixel, all those things, it will track that person's IP all the way through to purchase, and then can relay you the information back. You spent this much money to get to this many people clicked, this many people purchased. So your cost per purchase is X. As long as you're okay with X, that's how you track it. So it's direct ROI. Now, organic social is extremely difficult, but organic social then helps the ads perform better because it builds a bigger network and base amount of people to then, when you make organic posts or run ads, they're a more warm audience, and then it helps you convert better. But you can't necessarily justify organic social because there's no direct pixel tied to that, unless you literally go on and you say, hey, buy this, and you have a big enough audience, and like I have 1,000 people that follow. I say, hey, new product, go buy this, and 2 people buy it. Okay, you did nothing else, so obviously you can track that. So yeah, they do know how to market to their prime clientele. I think that's a big part of it, is just knowing your audience or creating content for your audience. Why am I doing a live stream? I'm hoping that in 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, that I can go live and I can answer people's social media marketing, management, content creation questions and hopefully there's 500 people watching, 5,000 people watching. Because if one business owner watched this and turned around and hired us, it's absolutely worth my hour to go live. I can provide value to people that can't afford our services. I can help people out. They go crush it. They come back and hire us anyway once they can't do it anymore on their own because they're just too busy. Or you get people that are like, dang, never thought about that. I need help with that. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to hire them. So then instead of me taking 3 years to learn about social media and how to create and how to go live and how to edit video and how to create graphics and how to do copywriting and how to run Facebook ads and all these different things, you're just like, okay, I'm going to fast track it. It's going to cost some money, but I'm going to fast track it by hiring the right people to do it. So that's how that works. Can you offer any insight recommendations for YouTube and SEO? So really interesting, Chris, how you like YouTube and SEO. Those together crush SEO. So a hack that not a lot of people, I'm going to give a lot of great value right here. Literally making YouTube videos and then taking that YouTube video and putting it in the listing on your website for a product or a service or whatever. If the YouTube video does well, it helps the SEO rank higher. Multiple times we've seen, a product or a service page or whatever, it'll be like 5th on Google or 3rd on Google. You go make a YouTube video about it, and obviously it helps if you have a good following on YouTube, but if the video gets views over time, you take and embed that video in that description. Well, funny thing is Google owns YouTube, so it shares data across the 2 platforms, and then that video helps take that product from 3rd, 5th, 7th to 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, and it literally, we've seen that happen with just a video change. Now you got to put the effort in to make the YouTube video and put it in the website and all those types of things. So I'm good with sharing all that because it takes real work, but go try it. Like it will help. Now, like SEO and YouTube are 2 totally separate things, but when you link them for that, it's pretty powerful to help SEO. Now, YouTube, obviously, I think YouTube from a depth is the most important platform. If you can put out long form YouTube videos or go live on it or have a following there, anything that we're in such a short form video ecosystem right now, if you can get people to watch something or hang out with you for more than 30 seconds, you're doing something. So if you guys have been watching me for more than 30 seconds, this is deeper than a short form video, right? I'm not getting thousands of people in here, but I don't need thousands of people. I just need, deep connections with a few people, and it can make a big difference. So YouTube is super good on long form videos for that. Short form, I would say if you're trying to get your best bang for your buck, doing YouTube shorts and being thoughtful about the title. Title it Social Media Company in Pueblo, Colorado. I'm not looking for it to get 1 million views. I'm looking for, when you Google search Social Media Company in Pueblo, Colorado, we show up. Eventually, hopefully we have enough information and content and we've fed the Google algorithm enough to where when you type in social media company, it doesn't care that we're in Pueblo. We actually can go higher up because we just rank among the top in social media companies, content creation companies, whatever. So be thoughtful. Because in Facebook land, you title it, it goes out, it gets 1,000 views, it gets 5,000 views. It may or may not be searchable. Social SEO is interesting. It's searchable, but there's so much out there that it floats to the bottom over time. YouTube is the one over time, the more it gets seen, the better it can rank. And then it's just like Google, the more views it gets, the higher it goes to the top. So it's definitely a different thought process when you're talking YouTube over Facebook when short form video. Be really thoughtful on the search term, but then linking that with your website helps SEO a ton. Now, SEO by itself, just put as much data on the website as, let me think. And some other things. What else you got, Chris? If you're still with me, like, can you go deeper within that question and more specific into exactly what you're thinking about or what's on your mind within that question that you asked? What are you wanting to make better? What are you wanting to promote? And then we can work on some of that. But I'm trying to think what else. Otherwise, recommendations, YouTube, do as much as possible. Embed it on the website. SEO, just keep trying to work on making it. A lot of SEO can be, let me see how I want to word that. You can use the data that your website, hopefully you got a decent website, and in the background, the data. We do a lot of website. Hopefully you got a decent website, and in the background, the data. We do a lot of Wix websites and stuff like that. So it'll tell you a lot about where the data comes from, what the search terms are, and those types of things. If that's what you want, go after that more. If it's not what you want, start doing some more of that. Quality over quantity. I'm also finding out that YouTube and SEO integration is somewhat difficult, extremely diluted platform. Yeah, so it depends on how important like the normal YouTube organic growth is to you in views. But so I put out a personal video is about gas mileage on my truck. I do a lot of cool stuff on my personal YouTube channel with racing cars and all this type of stuff. That thing has hit the search term and it continues to get 40 or 50 views every day. I need to do that for high speed media. I need to put out that type of content, because then what if that brought me 1 or 2 clients every month? It would be unbelievable. Like, and then you scale that and it's crazy. But let's see, quality over quantity though. That is such a hard one, because so many people worry about quality, so they don't want to put out quantity, but usually you don't get good at it until you do enough of it. Like, I want to lift 500 pounds in the gym. I don't just go and like think about it and become really good and learn everything about it. I got to go lift 100 pounds, then 200 pounds, and 300 pounds, and 400 pounds, and 500 pounds. So you have to practice to get better at quality. Plus, you could spend all this money in production and all this crazy stuff and use the best cameras in the world, have the best idea, and then go out and get 43 views. Because you don't have the audience, it just didn't resonate, it wasn't the right piece of content, the audience tells you what's good and what's not, you think it's gonna be great, they tell you it's crap, that's hard. So, but the flip side of that is, now if you are for sure that it will crush, the Mr. Beast thing, right? Like, he feels that if you put enough work into the video and you make it as good as possible and all these types of things, and it's titled right, and it's got the right thumbnail and all these types of things, no matter kind of what channel you put it on, which the new algorithms definitely have, that is, you have the potential to make your first video ever, put it on YouTube, and then go get 1 million views. It's like lottery type of odds that maybe that'll happen, but it depends on how good you are. But you're not that, it'd be difficult to be that good quality unless you've done enough quality unless you've done enough quantity to then learn what is good. So that's like the biggest thing that I think so many people are like, I want it to look right, I want it to be good, I want it to have good audio. You learn that by like just doing it over and over and over again. So if I would say, I've literally had this conversation too with somebody. He has a YouTube channel pretty big. It's like, okay, quantity, just literally put out as many videos as you can for 30 days. Look at the amount of views you get. Look at the ad revenue you got from it. And then the next 30 days, put out whatever you think is reasonable at a higher quality. Spend more time on it, more editing into it, do all those things for the next 30 days. And it will tell you what is better, quantity or quality. One thing that you'll learn though is, during the quantity time, you'll learn how to put out more content faster. During the quality time, you'll learn to put out more polished content. At the end of that, for month 3, you end up understanding how to do both pretty well, so you can put out better quality content, more quantity of content at a higher quality. So then you get both. So try that, give that some thought. I know it's just kind of a mind shift, and a lot of people, like, I know, struggle with that when they're putting out content. The answer is, for you don't know until you try it enough. My thing that I tell a lot of people is that if whatever you hope for, 1 million subscribers, $1 million in the bank, 1 million people know about your service, product, whatever, if that's 1,000 posts away, how long are you going to take to get to 1,000 posts? For videos, Chris, if you got anything else, love the questions. Feel free to kick that back to me, and we'll keep going. Katie, for videos, what platform is the best, or should they be posted across platforms? Should videos be tailored to each platform? Yes, yes, yes. So all platforms, great. Obviously, pick your pillar and try to do the best you can on that, and then just literally copy and paste those to all the other platforms if you're limited by time or energy, effort, etc., etc. if you can specifically make a song is trending on TikTok, go make a video with that song. If a different song is trending on Instagram, go make the video on Instagram against that trend. Luckily, it's all kind of blended together at this point, so by the time you make one, it'll be on the others. But being first always helps. Being early always helps. So if like there's a song that popped off, like right, the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar, the meme stuff, if you're in it within an hour, you're better off than 3 days later when it, fizzles. So there's like a sweet spot in there. But if you're early, you have a better chance of that thing taking off. But YouTube for depth, knowledge, searchable terms, TikTok and Facebook for, views. Obviously, Facebook ties to really shares engagement as far as like a community aspect, and it can get shared into groups and all those types of things. TikTok, just if you can build a big old following off of it, it's super powerful. But it's not or, it's and. Do as much as you can. That's a Gary Vee thing. He's big on this like and. It's not or. You don't have to be in the newspaper or the TV unless you're limited by budget or time and energy. So do and. Try it all. Figure out what works best for you. There are literally people that make millions of dollars a year on TikTok. There's people that make millions of dollars a year from Facebook. There's people that make millions of dollars a year on YouTube. And not necessarily do they all make money on any of the other platforms. It's gotten a lot better. There's even agencies out there that help those people strip down, and they do an ad rev share to take their content and more or less just distribute it, which we're more than happy to help with or whatever. But Chris says he finished a 30-day run, and now this week I'm starting another 30-day run with higher quality equipment to see the difference. Thanks for your time, brother. I literally love this stuff. I love these conversations. So just you coming in here and asking questions like this, I'll do these more because I've wanted to do this, and I think it could be hugely powerful for it. It makes me think, and if I help people and then somebody says, well, where'd you learn that, or how'd you figure that out? Maybe you'll recommend people to us. So please, like, literally send me a message, send us a DM, like, let me know at the end of the 30 days, or let's just jump back in here or on my next thing and like update me on what you ended up with. Really look at how many new people you got. The thing is you're gonna have a little overlap, right? Like probably at the end of the next 30 days, it's gonna automatically look better because like on platforms like YouTube, those views usually don't go to zero. So you're gonna have flow over from the last 30 days that may look the next 30 days be good, because literally a video you put out 2 weeks ago could then start to hit a search term and take off in 2 weeks from now, which is right in the middle of the quality content. So really try, when you look at that data, to separate these videos from these videos. But don't forget, if there's anything that you learned in the last 30 that you implement in the next 30, it both worked, both helped. So I think there's a balance in that. But until you hit the big stuff, millions of views, tens of millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views of video, I would just keep trying. I would just try everything, because you still haven't totally just crushed it yet. And I mean, I personally, it's my own advice. I've had stuff hit millions of views on every platform except for YouTube. On my own personal channel, 20,000 subs, it's been the most ridiculous thing. I have produced videos for clients, and it's went and got 100 and some thousand views, stuff like that. But man, YouTube is a humbling place. And no matter how good you think you are on any other platform, YouTube it's a monster to try to get something to pop, if you will. I would not purchase any followers. I would not purchase any views. The only thing I would ever do is run ads, real decent ads, to help promote people to go watch your stuff, to get traffic. That's it. No direct X dollars for X subscribers. It's BS. They don't care. It's a bot. It doesn't matter. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's okay. It's way more satisfying when you get to 5,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers when you've ground and you've just gotten there. When you take the shortcut, you don't care about it anyway. And your followers don't care about you anyway because they're not real. Sponsored videos as a tool to gain organic quality followers. Trying to reread that. And posting sponsored videos. I'm not sure, Katie, what you mean by sponsored videos, other than like on Facebook it says sponsored, which we consider that like a paid ad. If that's what you're talking about. So purchase followers, no. Posting sponsored videos as a tool to gain organic. Yes, absolutely. I would, if you have the budget to help your thing grow, it's no different. I mean, we do it all the time. I make posts, we make ads, we put money behind it, we get more awareness. Some things are for direct call to action, buy our stuff, contact us for social media, yada, yada, yada. Your thing might be go to my website, buy my product. That stuff gets real traffic, but they end up on your website looking at your product. If they like your product, they buy it. If they don't, they don't. If your product's good, they buy it. If it sucks, they don't. Buying followers is like paying somebody to go buy your product. Here, I'm going to give you 20 bucks, go to my website, buy the product. Now, if that's a way to help get the product in their hands so then they recommend it to other people, great. But the bots and the followers, I mean, you may pay for 1,000 followers. Maybe one of those, if it's not, chances are it's not even a real person, but if somehow that then helped get to a real person and they actually come back day after day watching your videos, fantastic. But whatever you spent on them fake followers was really worth one good, real organic one. So YouTube has a really cool feature. You can go up and hit promotions. You can say, I want to get more subscribers. I want to get more views. You can spend a little bit of money, test that, watch your audience kind of grow, see if you get real comments through that time, see if your videos start to get better. It's a time thing though. And typically most people won't do it at scale to see a difference. Because like running ads, if you get 100 views or 1,000 views, you might need to run ads to get 1,000,000 views, and then 1,000, then people stick around. Now is the 1,000 worth it? 10,000 people stick around. Is 10,000 worth it? Potentially. It all depends. If you're selling a $10 t-shirt or a $100,000 a year service, it's totally different on the ROI of what you're trying to figure out there. Would your videos get further if you have a large quantity of followers? Obviously, so there's an interesting conversation to be had, right? If you pay for fake followers and it's an engagement hacking thing, potentially, does the algorithm not know that those are bot or BS accounts and they see that as real engagement, and then therefore it helps you hit an algorithm? Maybe. But if you go back to the very beginning of this stream, I talked about, I saw today that somebody's getting their account shut down for paying for followers. So so you share your thing or whatever, it says it shared your password with an account, which is weird because I doubt that's a good way to get hacked. Never share your password. Typically, I think, I've never done it, but I think you pay those platforms, you plug in your channel and it feeds it. So therefore they're not getting access, but if they see a bunch of bots coming to your account, they may think it's spam. So therefore at the end of the day, you're worse off, right? So an interesting conversation that I have with one of my buddies, has a big YouTube channel, is he had a video go uber viral, brought him a ton of subscribers for that one video. But then they don't come back for his other videos because it was just about this one video that crushed it. Now, when you have a large proportion of people that are subscribed to you, and then you put out a video that most of those people are interested in, does YouTube then see that as like not being interested? Or are you better off being at 20,000 subs and getting 10,000 views than being at 500,000 subs and getting 10,000 views? Because then YouTube sees this like difference in subscriber to watchers and saying, not a good video, not relevant. So you almost could get in this thing where like you have too many subs that aren't there for the right reason, that then may hinder your organic reach and growth. But then on the other side of that, I believe that you need some sort of a base audience to then help kick it into the algorithm. So that's a hard one, but you got to be careful. If you're doing anything to fluff or fake your following or your views, don't tell me that the YouTube doesn't know where all those fake IP addresses are coming from, that they're all coming from overseas or a bot or that account interacts with 4,000 other YouTube channels every day. Or does it pull more merit when you get a real person that watches 4 YouTube videos a day? They spend 2 hours on YouTube and they watch your 30-minute video, somebody else's 30-minute video, somebody else's, whatever. I think that math works, maybe not. But is that better or not? Don't tell me that Google and YouTube and all these powerful platforms that they're literally in cahoots with government about how much data they have on everybody. You can't tell me that they don't know where your followers are coming from. When if you get into an account and you look at the person's followers and it's 300 local followers and 4,000 followers from a third world country, they probably think that your content's more for the third world country and then it won't get shared as much in America or to people that speak English, right? So I don't know, super interesting stuff that's happening. Not saying that there's not hacks, that you might not be able to do something to help promote or this or that, or I mean, literally depends on what you want, right? If you get free tickets to a concert, if you have 10,000 followers and you post about rock and roll, you can go pay the 10,000 followers and cost you $1,500, or call it $150, and the tickets are $1,500. Maybe that's a good hack, and then you don't care if the account gets shut down. It depends on if you're in it for the long haul or the depth or the short term and what that can gain. Well, I can populate those up on the screen. Nice. Yeah, it's so deep. There's so many. There's no right. There's no wrong. I mean, the thing is the people that are crushing it in the world are doing it right, typically. But I mean, I think you can offer some really crazy stuff. We have an offering I'm working on that's like a really ridiculous amount of money to help a company get to a play button. Doing it correctly and running ads to promote it. Like, I think there's value in that. I think if somebody had enough money, you could literally film it all, edit it all, do the thumbnails, clip it, make shorts over it to then drive traffic to the big videos to then get real followers. But what company? Obviously, this is a varying question, and it'd be hard to say. But what would a company be willing to pay for a play button? I think there's people in the world that would pay a ridiculous amount of money if they have, I want to buy a Ferrari or I want a YouTube play button. If you have somebody that has enough extra money and they, their buddy got a Ferrari, but they want to flex that they got a play button, and you're going to help them make YouTube videos. If there's enough money, you can, in a sense, buy your way to it, not fakely, but by literally putting in the work. Let's put out 2 videos a week, a video a week. Let's back that with micro content, and then let's back that with media amplification within ads. And then you come to a company like us, and I have enough data in the background to understand about how much you got to spend in ads to get a subscriber. Obviously, that could vary. How good is the content? Can you get a subscriber for 50 cents, $1, $3? Obviously, if the content's better and people like to hit subscribe, that number's going to get cheaper. If content sucks and people don't really resonate with it, it's going to cost more money per subscriber. And then you have a company like ours that at least can help guide you into making content that hopefully people resonate with, or realizing that like that video okay, that video over indexed. Okay, let's take that video, let's amplify it with budget and get it in front of more people. Okay, if we promote that video, it's $1.30 per subscriber. If we promote this video, it's 75 cents a subscriber. Well, that's a lot cheaper, especially at scale. But would you spend $100,000 to get a play button? Would a company, would a big enough brand that has been crushing it, makes tens of millions of dollars a year, what would they spend to have a YouTube channel that, the thing is once you're done with it and you hand it off to them, they have a play button, 100,000 subscribers, but do they get 20,000 views on every video? Do they get 3,000 views on every video? Do they get 100,000 views on every video? It gets really interesting when you start looking at it like that. Because then how powerful, say it's 14,000 views every video from there on out that they put out after you built it. Depending on what they offer or what they do or what they can monetize from that, 14,000 views for every new product drop, for every new service, for every new thing that they do, not even talking about monetization of the platform, how much money can that make somebody? They could turn that $100,000 into a couple million if it's a big enough ticket product and you get enough following, enough of the right following, and you target the right people to send to them and then give them awareness. It's powerful stuff. It's just hardly anybody is doing it at scale. I mean, we have an agency, we help a lot of people out, and people are we're doing it, and bang for the buck, we're doing well with it. But what happens if you 10x, 10, 20, 30, 40x? If you, instead of spending 10% of your budget on social, you spent 80% of your budget on social, what would that look like? What could that turn into? For some people, it literally would quadruple the business, 10x the business, 20x the business, build the biggest brand, open up so many doors they couldn't even believe it. For other people, it might not do very good. So it's so interesting. What else you guys got? I can pull up another thing. What time is it? Oop, 5:26 usually. Let's see. Let me see. See if I can pull somebody in here real quick. I want to do something real quick. We got 5 minutes, and I usually do end of the day. If Elias and Aurora are doing it, if they're willing to do their ESPNs with me today, it'd be cool if they'd come sit in here and do it. So if you guys are watching and you're willing to do it, come in here. I just text Elias. If not, no big deal. But I think it'd be cool to do our ESPNs at the end of the day. It's my little end of the day meeting that I have with our social media managers, content creators, that stuff in the office. And I think I hear somebody coming. Let me see. You want to do your ESPN?
Sure. I just did.
You want to grab your... Sure.
It's hotter in here than...
Yeah, I'm getting warm. So I will kick this over. Hopefully you guys can see Elias too, maybe. See if we can zoom out a little bit. Hey.
How's it going?
All right. So if you guys don't know Elias works for us here, and he loves drifting and taking photos and creating automotive content like I do. And then he also live streams on the sim rig. So when we go live, it might be me talking about social media or him streaming on that. So,
You'll never know.
all right. So something we do at the end of the day is ESPNs, which is effort, something better, something positive, and what's next. So without being specific on clients or those types of things, effort. How was your effort today?
Great effort. I like to call
It's
them
Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. Got through it. But I like to call them my big three.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit...
They have more posts per week. Yep.
Yeah, more posts per week. So I got through my big three today, and usually I get through 4, but I had a little bit of... This is going into the... something better, but had a little bit more ADHD than I usually do on a Monday. Yeah. So
it was a little warmer today.
A little warmer, a little more energy.
We're getting itchy about like cold days. We just hunker down. On warmer days, we're like, we can almost feel it.
All over the place. But yeah, so effort was great. Something better was definitely the ADHD part and keeping focus. Like, if I would have kept a little bit more focus, I would have been able to get through my...
Yeah, but we had a content shoot on Sunday, so you had to come in and you dumped content, and then you also edited an album and got a photo album out, same like literally next day for a client. So like, I mean, you had a different start to the day too. So like, I think, and I looked at the album, photos crushed it, super fast, high speed media. That's what we do, right? So something positive.
Something positive. Let's see. What I said was, I have a headache today.
Solid day.
That was a solid day.
Love it.
Like, for me, that's
a good day.
Positive for me.
Yeah.
Like, it may not be work related, but it comes into work because headaches could affect my work.
Absolutely.
So when I don't have a headache, that makes
the days are better.
Yes, it just makes me super happy.
Right on. And then next. What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, getting through more of my clients. Make sure we don't have any content shoots. If we do, getting batteries and stuff charged for...
Check the calendar and make sure, see what we got going
on. Make sure the girls are good. If they have a content shoot, make sure batteries are charged for them. And then I also, either tomorrow or Wednesday, I want to do those POV videos from...
Cool. We have a 360 cam. He's filming on that while taking photos of the album that he dropped. We're going to try some stuff with that on our own content. So cool. Will you see if Aurora will come in real quick before I'm holding her up, but thank you.
Yeah, You are welcome. Thank you guys.
And even though we're live, I don't want to miss our ESPNs. So we'll see if Aurora comes in at time. If she's got to go or head out, and so be it. But it's fun. It's a really cool thing for a business to have these micro meetings. I get an idea where everybody's at. If the team needs anything from me, it helps me touch base with them, or then I know what to come in and need to work on the next day. So super, super cool. So yeah. And then I don't know, guys. I think I might cover a couple more. I don't even know how many people are on here or what we got going on, but yes, you down to do your live ESPN?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so Aurora's gonna join us. All right, the camera's there. You know the yellow, so right, yeah. So she actually does a lot of our live streaming, so we're gonna update this thing tomorrow too. So see, there's always new updates. Like literally since we've had it, there's been so many updates, so it's crazy. But all right, effort. How's the effort today? Monday.
Good effort.
After you got your Red Bull?
Yeah, I got my Monster and I was cooking. Let me tell you.
What was the red Monster flavor you went
It
with?
was the strawberry one. Strawberry something.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah, I was cooking.
You're ready to go get it after it, huh? Cool. Something better.
Something that, well, like I told April, it's a Monday, so just getting back in the groove of that. I wouldn't say anything like terrible or nothing, but
So like something I've recognized over the last few Mondays is Aurora always doesn't feel as good on Mondays as she does the rest of the week. Not that she may get just as much done, but I think mentally you're just
getting back into it.
getting back into it after the weekend and getting rolling and all that stuff. So I just know from my point of view. Oh, can you not hear? We can share one.
Yeah, sure.
But I can typically tell. Actually, we have another one. We can try it. See if we just pull it out and then if it'll link up that fast. Give you that one. Not quick. But yeah, Mondays are. You do good. You just feel like you don't feel like you feel the rest of the week.
It's just like everything's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like it's like the same amount of work as any other day, but like it's just like slow motion. Like
So I always know that Aurora might just feel a little different on Monday. So for me, that just gives me information that like if she seems off or not, or maybe she's crushing it, but maybe she just doesn't think she's crushing it or whatever. So I can just maybe be there or give her more help or who knows.
Be like, go get a Monster.
Yeah, like hey, if you need to go get one, go get one. Like we're in our new office is so close to everything. Like
it's so
if
nice.
you want a margarita or you want tacos or you want to go get a Monster, like everything's close, right?
Like it's a Monday. What you gotta do to get you through the day?
Maybe we wait till after the day for that one, right? But okay, cool. And then so that was effort something, or wait, is that better? No, so something better. So if you feel the need on a Monday
to go, this is the first time I finally, we've been at this office and just got myself a
I thought that
drink.
was new for you. Like you're like, hey, I
usually try to just like power through it, which obviously like hasn't worked very well. So now I'm just gonna get up and go real quick, take my 10 or on lunch to just go get it and work through it.
Cool. Yep. Nope. It's easier to take that extra few minutes to get what you need and then get after it because you're just more efficient for the rest of the day, right?
Yeah.
And then so something. What was that? So it kind of blended. That was kind of better.
Yeah.
It kind of blended into that. Okay. So next.
Next is just working on client stuff. We have a content shoot later this week. I'm excited for.
Cool.
So just
getting the camera in your hand more and more.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's always fun to go create the content for our clients because then you get what you want.
Yes.
So then you can post what you want.
And then you have a plan already.
You already know the bank of content. So then instead of being like, what are they going to send me this week? You're like I know stuff.
What it is. Yeah.
And then you can fill in and then that always works out really well too. Yeah. So awesome. Well, I already kept you 4 extra minutes, but thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for the interview.
I figured I was like, I don't want to miss our ESPN, so we'll just do it real quick.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, might as well, right? Cool. Thank you. Well, have a great night.
Yeah, see you tomorrow,
bright and early, 7 a.m. We work 410s here, so yeah, that's a little insight into as far as a business goes, what we do as far as ESPN. So we actually learned that Elias and I flew to North Carolina, and did a content shoot for a baseball team. We went to Wake Forest, and their coach does ESPNs with their team players. And we're a team, we're a content team, we're a social media team. So I was like, I love that. And the insight it's given to me for our employees, and also being able to kind of double check for our clients to feel like, do you need anything from them? Are they providing you with enough stuff? I see all that anyway, but at scale, if we had 30 or 40 employees, I might not be able to see all that. But a quick 5-minute conversation with everybody kind of helps bring that in. And then obviously if there's 40 employees, you'd probably have a couple managers doing ESPNs with everybody. So I love it though, because it constantly causes you to think to be potentially better when you get to like something better. What could have been better today? Whether it's how you're feeling, whether it's an error we might have had, what can we do to then fix those errors or implement things into correcting? Are you running into something that you hate every day? Like the friction isn't great in a certain process that we have or platform that we use or whatever, the internet, the Facebook went down, which we can't control, whatever, right? And those things help then give us data to be like, what can we improve on going forward with our business and our people, and make their jobs better, more enjoyable, and our business thrive even more. And it's 5 minutes. I love it. I love ESPNs. We just implemented that, probably 6 months ago. I love it. That's why I didn't want to miss it, because it's always, you just don't know like what might come up that day. Otherwise, guys, you got anybody that's watching? I don't know if we even have viewers on here. I think that was a great hour. We got some great questions. So yeah, if you guys got anything else, if you guys like this, let me know. If you watch this later on and you make it all the way to this point, say made it to the end or something, and let me know that you guys watched through this or what you thought of it, or give me feedback. Or if you're watching it and you want me to answer different questions or topics or talk about it later on, let me know. The Bullet WS6, what up, man? Super interesting. And I meant to click on your channel and go see if you've been consistently posting, which I think I might have, and I think you have been posting. But like when YouTube recommends or like pops a video in front of you and says like, hey, this person just posted a new video. I got one of your videos the other day that got recommended to me, and that had not happened to me in some time. So I don't know if you're starting to post more or if the video just hit more or whatever, but YouTube thought I wanted to see the latest video, one of the latest videos you did. So I thought that was super interesting. And I literally had that thought in my head as I did that. So what's your question, man? What's your thoughts? What do you got going on? I know it's been a while since we've chatted. Yeah. I thought you'd find that interesting. I think it's funny you popped in here, so I figured I'd share that. And based on the name, I'm sure that's coming from, or actually you're on Twitch, huh? Yep, cool. Love it. Yeah, let me know what's on your mind. Love to answer a question. Check out my notifications on here. I think I like these mics though. I need to watch it back and see if it connected to Aurora when we pulled the mic out, gave it to her, and then pulled it back. How do you coach businesses to get over the fear of posting? For example, I'll be excited for that, but when you hire us, we're deliverable based, so we are structured to post. So whether we create it or you send us something or we have to make something up, whatever, that many posts are going out. But yeah, like businesses, I think what I've seen is that you almost have to like show them that it's okay, like it's social media, it's not a big deal. Like cool part is if it goes out and gets 14 views, nobody sees it. If it goes out and gets 140 million views, lots of people saw it. So I mean, that should be good for business as long as you're putting out content you like. When I managed some collision shops, we hated the thought of Yelp. We hated the thought of Yelp, Google, or social media. That's so, because what we find people only post or comment when it's negative. It's a hard one, right? Like, yeah, I think it's one of those things though, like social media is so powerful that it's kind of like subscribers on your channel, right? If I post something and 4 people go away, but 100 new people find out about me, are you good with the net 96 people? Google, all your competitors, the Google review thing's super interesting. You do the best you can. I was literally listening to something today that says, like, you know, instead of trying to get rid of Google reviews, just leave a thoughtful thing, like a 1-star review. Just go in there and like, hey, sorry you like feel this way. Here's an email, contact us. What I do know is like people are like, I have no idea who that person is, or oh yeah, screw that guy, and they don't want to reach out and try to make it better. Not everybody wins, but I also think like if you're doing everything you can. Also, I think if you're not posting anything and there's some negative that comes through, or you're posting 4 million things and a negative comes through, the 4 million things help like water down the one negative, right? Like if every week you're posting testimonials or good Google reviews and like then there's a negative one, okay, like 99 out of 100 times we're amazing and one time we sucked. People suck at times and things happen. People, you can't make everybody happy. I think everybody knows that. Also, if it's like they suck, 1 star, and then you have this guy that leaves you like a 400 word review that says how amazing you were and calls you by the names and all that stuff, like I think that brings more. Obviously the headline readers and the umbrella view people are like, oh, their shop's 3.9 stars and this shop's 4.2 stars, they're better. Maybe not, right? I think it's about like, I think it's the net growth though. If you move faster than the one negative and you're gaining 10 positives in exchange for one negative, it's, do you want to win 2-1 or do you want to win 147-92? That's still like way more wins, right? Like, obviously you hope it's like 142-2. But yeah, I mean, I think it's at scale too in the amount of people you're supplying and stuff like that. But I wanna read that again too, because I think I'll have a different thought. Yeah, and I think collision shop, right? Like before and afters. This thing came in, jacked up, and it left great. This thing came in, jacked up, left great. Came in, jacked up, left great. One battery review. Well, when I look at all the cars and how they leave and they look great, okay, maybe that guy had a bad experience. Insurance can be messy. Unfortunately for like collision shops, they probably get tied into the insurance sucked, so they're mad at the collision shop, which is really unfortunate. But then what if you had a bad Google review, you literally stripped it out, like stuck it on like a green screen, and you said, we got a recent Google review that was bad, 1 star. And you literally elaborated on the situation. They had some insurance, it didn't work out. Please, in this situation, make sure that you have good insurance that covers XYZ, because they didn't, and I would rather not see other people get in this situation. We lose, they lose. It's not good for anybody. This sucks. And you're literally like pulling back the curtain and you're just like literally explaining the worst situation. Like, we got like, that's what's crazy, right? If you literally created a post that like, if you made a reel and the title was, we got a 1-star review. I don't care how many, like, we got a 5-star review, people scroll past it. We got a 1-star review. Oh, I'm going to watch that one because it's negative and human nature says we're going to like draw into negativity. But then in the negative, you turn it into a positive, lemonade out of lemons. The following or the depth or the 7 more people that might choose you because they watched how you responded to a 1-star review could exponentially be better than not doing any of it at all. Happens a lot. Rental insurance, most people already don't want to be there. Yeah, like that's what, like it's already a negative situation, right? And then can you put out content ahead of time that then like if they deep dive into your company that they're like, oh man, I hope that doesn't happen, or they literally drop the car off and then they go to your Facebook page and they see like you guys talking about how it happens, right? But then you're like taking that away from them. It's like, yep, you know, it sucks when rental car things don't work out, when people's cars are a wreck and then we can't get a bumper, or the paint or whatever reason causes it to be in the body shop longer. I think the biggest fear is trying to not be so corporate. And if we try to be a little personal with saying the wrong thing and offending people, especially with cancel culture. I mean, it's 2025, so I think you're seeing a big shift in like either being blatantly like the far side or being like, don't like being safe and like just kind of, we work on cars and we fix them and then we get a 1-star review. But like being on the other side of it and being like, we got a 1-star review, and like literally talking about it. Obviously you want to push, but like net, like as long as you're getting 23 5-star reviews to 1 negative review, I think you're winning. If you're scoring it like a game, you're winning. So you just be okay with that. But now corporate and negative reviews and some of that stuff can get cruddy. When you own it completely and you don't have to deal with corporate or answer to them or play by guidelines, you can play on that. You can play in a little bit more of that like difficult area that some people will go in. Obviously, like who's running the social, who's willing to be the face of the company, what's there, are they charismatic? Do people relate to them? Are they somebody that like, if you put them on camera, they're gonna be like, seems like a good dude. I'd take my car to that person. Seems like a good person. They seem fair. I like how they took care of that. That's okay. I don't think the couple negatives though is worth all the positives that could potentially come with it. I just think that net people like to see growth. They like to see energy. They like to see people doing good things. And there's so much, I think it's the amount of content you could then put out that would wash out any negative. It's just not going to be close. It's your megaphone. You can kind of manipulate the story. You can not talk about the negatives, but like, okay, you put out 10 pieces of content on social media that get 24,000 views or likes or engagements or clicks or whatever. And then one person leaves 1 negative comment. I'd take 24,000 awareness for 1 bad comment. Obviously you can block it, you can delete the comment if it's your page or you don't know, or they're a spammer or whatever. But if it's legit, like look at the post out there online that like people run to the comments and it's just like people shitting on whatever it is. Like the amount of stuff in there. I literally saw this post. It was about this car that makes 5,500 horsepower. No way does it make it. But like the title and the people in there, and then the person's super smart. They go in there and be like, well, why is that? Well, why do you think that? But it's got this. And then the people just comment back and back and back. It's kind of like this weird thing, but there's so much, like it blew the post up and it took off because there was actually that little bit of like friction in there. And it's all good conversations. I think as long as you don't come at it from a bad spot, like, oh, this person sucks. We're going to go take a hammer and like hit their quarter panel. Like, hey, sorry you feel that way. Bring the car back. Let's talk about it. 1-star review customer brings car back and we fix it. Like, I don't know. It's pretty hard to, it's hard when you can control it as long as you're willing to control it. Now, if it's black and white and you don't want to deal with it, then you kind of ignore it. But I mean, leaning into some of those negative things actually could exponentially benefit you more than putting out a bunch of good stuff, which is wild. But welcome to the world we live in. Psychology, social media, psychology 101. Literally, I think people that could crush it at social media are just like psychologists. They just probably just talk about people's thoughts and the way they work. Because then you put out content that is the reverse or to get people to react, and bam, then you have great content, good or bad. What else you got? What's your thoughts? Like, are you guys, like, give me some feedback on that if you're still in here. Like, are you guys posting or have you not posted at all? Do you guys just play very safe? Do you even have accounts? Like let me know where are you at currently? Like, that's my take on it from a spaceship view. But like specifically, are you guys posting? Are you guys creating any content? Are you doing any video? Are you promoting? The thing with Google though is the more good reviews and the more traffic your Google My Business has, organically it will go to the top. High Speed Media used to be like 5th when we first started, 7th. Pretty quickly, because I actually do the stuff we sell here, we went to like 3rd or 4th. Every once in a while we'd be 2nd. And then we just kept feeding our Google My Business with photos and content, feeding our website with traffic, which then Google pulls how many clicks to the website. Every time I go anywhere, like our house and our office is fairly close, I will click directions to the office. Instead of like when we're out of town, I'll do directions to the office. So then Google thinks more people are clicking to like travel to us. Now, do they probably know the IP is where I am and that's mine or whatever? Sure. But still another click. It's still another person asking for directions to the location. Well, if your location has 50 people clicking to get directions and the next one's 20, chances are you're going to rank higher in the Google like local search, like that little map. And that little map's super, super powerful. Anybody else, if you're in here watching, got a question, like this stuff's so fun. I literally could sit here all day long. This is why I want to do a podcast with business owners, because I mean, I've had 20 plus amazing conversations that I think people would love to listen to in the last year, talking to business owners, whether we were working with them, not working with them, just having a conversation, those types of things, right? Like, it's just, I love talking about business, and then I like rolling it into social and how that can potentially benefit. Yeah, man, I think I hope that helps. But yeah, I mean, doing your own thing, I mean, you post it, all of it, do all of it, right? Like, I mean, we have 5-star Google reviews. I don't want a negative review. I hope we don't end up with a negative review. Eventually, we will probably maybe have something like that. A lot of our Google reviews come from after a client drops off. It usually turns into a budget, or they want to try something else, or they're just not doing enough of it to make it make sense, or they're not feeding us enough content, so then they're kind of failing us. And then they don't have the budget to have us come get content, different things like that. So, yeah, anything in that industry, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters what industry. I think there's a way to make good content out of it, and then it potentially help. But yeah, I mean, we have automotive shops, and we've helped shops. We still have access to certain companies, Google My Businesses, because they've never moved us, and people get negative reviews all the time. And then literally it's like, best sandwich I've ever had, terrible sandwich. Like, best service I've ever had, worst service I've ever had. You're like, gosh dang. Like, maybe the person was off. Maybe it was that bad. Maybe they were just mad. Maybe they wanted a free French fry next time they went back. Almost 6 o'clock. If anybody else is in here, I'm going to just jump around and see where we're at. See if I got any questions in here. No stickers yet. Gosh dang it, nobody asked a question in I made a little post that asked me questions because we went live. Only got 25 viewers since I went live though. So hoping to get some questions to come through. I'm gonna go check out my YouTube. Why is that thumbnail? Oh, it like changed the thumbnail. How funny. One there. So yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty good. I may try, something I want to try with this is, I'm just trying to think if that's going to work out, potentially. I haven't ever done it. Scheduling an event that is a live stream to make sure that then if you click interested or going, it dings you like when we go live. So I can like maybe make this a thing. Every Monday at 4 o'clock I go live or something. I don't know. I literally would like to like potentially have it like muted sitting somewhere, just have it on all the time, and then when a question comes through, like jump in and answer it. So it's almost like we're available during work hours to answer social media questions. I think it'd be cool. And then hopefully the quality, I didn't record it onto the camera or the device. We'll probably try to strip this backwards out of YouTube and cut this up and make some short form content, because there's a lot of information in here. And then if we really want the high quality stuff, I can I'll probably record it directly on the recording device, so then we can strip that and make more content of it, and then promote this so then more people come back next time. Otherwise, I think it's about time for dinner. Call it a day. Actually, I got to make an email for a client because their sale is ending, and I want to get another email out from them. So let's see. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. If you asked a question, I really appreciate you. If you know anybody else, send them this way to ask a question next time, or like literally DM me a question or whatever, and I'll put that on the thing to answer next time. So I just like talking about this stuff. See ya.